What's up, YouTubers, and welcome to my channel. It's your girl, Fee Girl here. You're probably here because you're trying to learn how to write a story. Maybe this is your first time, maybe you're trying to get better at it, but either way, I'm going to start you off with how to write a good story or come up with a good story. The best way, in my opinion, is to go back to elementary school. This is how I learned how to start my stories off with the who, the what, the when, the where, and the how. Five. So you take those. So you say, who is going to be my character? So an example would be, come up with the character name. We're going to just say her name is Brunetta. That's the character's name. Her name is going to be Brunetta. All right? Her name is Brunetta. So you got who, and it's Brunetta. That's the character, right? What is Brunetta going to do in this story? So what is Brunetta going to do? Brunetta is going to save the world. That's what Brunetta's going to do. So now you got your storyline going. Who? Brunetta. What? Brunetta is going to save the world. Where? Where is the origin of Brunetta? Where does she live? Does she live with her parents in her basement? Does she travel the world? Does she live in a different country? So we're gonna say Brunetta. Brunetta is from Spain. Okay, so we got the who is Brunetta. Brunetta is gonna save the world in Spain. How? How is Brunetta going to save the world in Spain? Got to come up with something conflicting, or you can even add more characters if you want to. So how is Brunetta going to save the world in Spain? Let's come up with something. Maybe you guys can help me, but I'm going to just come off the top of my dome with something. Brunetta is going to save the world in Spain by collecting all the gold coins to save the innocent souls out of this world or something. I'm just coming up with something. I usually write this stuff. I'm better at writing it than just thinking it right off the top of my dome. But we're just going to say how is basically her taking all the gold coins and somehow saving the world, right? Who, what, when, where, how. So now you have your five, right? You have your five, right? So now we take all of that and we start writing from the who first. So start writing who is Brunetta. Come up with her look. Come up with how old she is. Just be very detailed in your character, because that is the very first thing that will draw a person into your story, is who this character is, and it will determine whether they will continue to read the story or not. So make it juicy, make it super juicy. So you keep on writing, you write the who, all about her, then you move on from who. I would say maybe write about at least one page of it just to start off with the character. And as you go along, you can add more to it. But just to get a good summary of what your character is, you'll have it already in your head to just bring it to life. All right. So we're moving on from who. What does Brunetta do, right? We said Brunetta saves the world. So now do the same thing. Write one page summary of what Brunetta does to save the world. Where? All right, do the same thing. Write one page of where she is in Spain. Be very detailed. The key here is to be very specific, because you got to think about it. People are reading. It's not like they're visually seeing it on a TV screen. They're putting it inside of their head to get an idea. So this is their own visualization of your character. So they have to be able to relate to it, right? Same thing with how. I skipped. I mean, when. Where, how. Okay, when. Okay, so when. You want to get to when. When does this all happen? Who, what, when, where, how. When does this all happen for Brunetta? So again, write a long page of when it all happens. It could happen back in the 1920s. It can happen right now in the midst of all this chaos, which could be a good story if you write it during this time frame. But it also could be a good story if you take it back a little bit, if you know how to go back in history and know how the history was back in the day. That would make a good story too. How? How does she save this world? Make your long page. Summarize it, and then take all of your pages and just start going. Just start writing as you go along. I promise you, the words will pour out. As long as you have these 5 pages, you can add on as if it's like a cluster. You can add on to your story as you go along. And as you go along, you'll have a story done in no time. So follow these, and I guarantee you will be able to come up with a story. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed my instructions. I hope that you take it. And please like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.